Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're now going to do part two of the lab 23 for CKAD. Let's look at the requirements one more time. So we already did the first part where we created the deployment with certain image and some name and replicas, and we labeled it. Now we're going to expose. So let's see how, again, we're going to look at the help command to see how we can do this without having to remember anything. So we do kexpose minus h, and it gives me a whole lot of stuff, including some examples. So what we really want to do is expose a deployment, because that's what we have. So this is our example we're going to start with, and then we're going to customize it. So, and by default, it's a cluster IP anyway, so that really helps us out in this lab. So kexpose deployment, and the name of the deployment is deploy-foo, and the port is the front-facing port on the service, and they said to do it on 6379, so we will do just that, 6379. And the target is the back end where it's going to hit it. The target port, which is exposed on the deployment, for our simplicity, we kept both the same, make life easier for us. So port and target port. Anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. Yeah, that should do it. So that's that. Now if we do kget svc minus o wide, this is the one we just created. Oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot to give it the right name. So let's delete that. Let's delete svc deploy-foo, because it gave the same name as the deployment, which is not what we want. So delete that, we recreate it. And this time we're going to give it a name. Name equals service-foo. And that does that. Now if we run the command again, you will see it's of type ClusterIP and so on and so forth. So that part is done. So let's look at the requirement one more time. And requirement is just exposes the ClusterIP. We did that. We give it the right name on the right port. So we'll go to part two. The third part is to actually create an ingress policy, with network policy that has ingress. It will allow traffic to this deployment only from the pods that has certain labels, right? So for that, we're going to go to our trusty Kubernetes website. We go to documentation. We are allowed to use this during the test, so that's what we always go here. So what we're looking for is a network policy page. This network policy, we grab the one they gave us. Is already pretty long, so I know sometimes they fail to give you a simple one, but it is what it is. So let's look at n.yaml. We're going to add that in, and because I have OCD, I'm going to pick out all the clear lines because it makes me hard to figure out what's going on with this thing. So let's do that. In fact, we don't need any of the egress part because we're not doing egress, so we can take it all out. Okay, now first of all, what did it do? So let's save that file. Go to 0. The name of the network policy is going to be netpol-foo, as they said in the requirement. What else? Let's look at the requirement again. And it only allows from foo.bar pods and to our deployment. So let's look at that. Ingress from, we don't care about IP at all. We do care about the labels. We don't care about the namespace labels. We care about the pod labels, and that will be foo.bar. And that's that. Okay, I ran out of time. I will see you in the next part 3 of this same series.